Land Raiders. Grinding across the battlefield like a mobile fortress, the Land Raider obliterates all before it. Explosions blossom against its hull, even the heaviest weaponry doing little more than scorching the massive tank's chapter colours. Guided by its potent machine spirit, the Land Raider's overwhelming return fire is more lethal by far. Land Raiders are ancient vehicles, their design predating the Imperium itself. Once these tanks were used in vast numbers by the Space Marine legions, but as time has passed, the ability to manufacture them has fallen into obscurity. Now only a few Forge Worlds can create Land Raiders, and they guard their secrets with jealous fervour. As such, every one of these mighty armoured transports is a treasured relic of its chapter. This great reverence is due in no small part to the fact that the Land Raider's machine spirit is more powerful than that of any other tank. The Tech Marines believe that a portion of the Omnisia's essence resides within each Land Raider's adamantium hull, making it uniquely sacred. Several variants of the basic Land Raider exist, each one a ratified and highly sacred adaptation intended to gear the Land Raider toward a particular role. The Land Raider Crusader is a line breaker without peer, which smashes through fortifications before disgorging squads of Space Marines into the heart of the enemy army. In place of las cannons, the Crusader is armed with hurricane bolters to devastate packed ranks of enemy infantry, and frag assault launchers stud its armoured hull, ready to clear the way for its disembarking passengers. It also boasts an improved transport capacity, having reclaimed the space normally given over to housing the bulky las power generators that fuel many Land Raiders' Godhammer pattern las cannons. The Crusader variant is especially popular among those chapters who prefer to meet the foe at close quarters, and was first pioneered by the zealous Black Templars. The Land Raider Redeemer is adapted for the rigours of grueling urban warfare. Mounting a pair of huge flame-storm cannons on its armoured flanks, the Redeemer excels at scouring infantry from even the most impenetrable defensive positions. Typically, they will bear assault terminators within their plated hulls to land the final blow. Time and again, sieges have been brought to a close, or enemy cities finally purged of heretical or Xenos defenders by the devastating onslaught of Land Raider Redeemers and their passengers. The ground trembles and enemies flee in fear as the mighty Land Raider advances into battle. Massively armoured and all but unstoppable, the noble war engine smashes through walls and grinds over wreckage, while drumming volley after volley of fire into the foe. Beams of incandescent energy slam into enemy tanks, knifing through their armoured hulls and reducing them to blazing fireballs. Thudding bolt shells punch into the flesh of the foe, before detonating in shocking sprays of gore. The kill count climbs with each passing moment as the Land Raider advances across the war zone, especially once the tank's assault ramp slams down and its Adeptus Astartes passengers charge out to add to the carnage. Packed with Adeptus Astartes warriors eager to shed the blood of the foe, the Land Raider Crusader breaches the enemy's barricades with its hurricane bolters blazing. Should an armoured target or fortified position bar the Crusader's path, its multi-melter hisses to life, swiftly blasting the obstacle to glowing slag. Only once it has punched its way into the press of combat does the Land Raider Crusader debark its passengers. The Space Marines charging forward behind a barrage of whizzing shrapnel from the tank's frag assault launchers, hull sparking as enemy fire rebounds harmlessly from its inches-thick armour plates. The Crusaders continue to rake the foes with fire, supporting the disembarked Space Marines as they wreak havoc amongst the enemy lines. The Land Raider Redeemer rumbles through the devastated cities of the foe, seeking out the enemies lurking in the crumbling ruins. Rubble skitters and tumbles as the tank rolls closer, its auger banks sweeping the ruins in search of targets. When the Redeemer comes within range, its forward-mounted assault cannons roar, rounds blasting enemy defences to wreckage. Then, like a dragon unleashing its burning breath, the Redeemer's flamestorm cannons send out rolling sheets of fire. Heat intense enough to melt stone turns men into clouds of ash, and even heavily armoured enemies into pillars of screaming flame. Finally, the Redeemer's assault ramp descends, and its deadly cargo spills forth to deal with any unfortunate enough to have survived the fearsome conflagration.